almost didn't make it. I almost didn't last. Why does the week go by so slow, the weekend so fast? But luckily the day's come to take my cares away. It's not Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. That's right, it's Friday. Friday. Tonight I'll party with my friends. Friday. Friday. Today I know the weekend. So I'll get out of bed and be to work on time. I'll give this day to the company, the next 2 days of mine. And when my day's all around, the final work hours past, I'll go home, have a shot of Cuervo to the boss who can kiss my Friday. Friday. Tonight I'll party with my friends. Friday. Friday. Today I know the weekends. Friday. Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday, bitches. Enjoy yourselves.
TGIF.
Yeah. Friday is here. A couple of nice, warm, sunny days.
Is that the real?
In the future.
Okay. Yeah, that's today.
Yeah, today it looks like showers likely. It obviously is raining right now here in La Crosse, and sunshine and 79 tomorrow, 73 and sunny on Sunday, and then a couple of days of work, and then we're off again for a couple extra days for the 4th of July. So lots to get to. Doc will join us later on to talk racing. 3 Ways with Scott Robert Shaw in the newsroom. We'll get to Bad News, Happy Music, a Friday edition. That's always fun. And, of course, our weekly check-ins as well. Just got a text from Chad a few moments ago. It says, morning, guys, and happy Friday. Mm-hmm. Could you please play some Megadeth? I can probably do that. If you got something you want to hear, get in touch with us. Visit rockmornings.com for all our contact info. I'll try to get to that Megadeth in just a few minutes, Chad.
More of your Rock Mornings coming up in just a bit.
This shouldn't be a debate. He's the worst president in the history of our country. He's destroyed our country. Now, all of a sudden, he's trying to get a little tough on the border. He came out with a nothing deal, and it reduced it a little bit. He wants open borders. If he wins this election, our country doesn't have a chance, not even a chance, of coming out of this rut. We probably won't have a country left anymore. That's how bad it is. He's the worst in history by far.
Wow. I did not watch a minute of it last night, but apparently that's kind of how it went. Biden, of course, had a rebuttal.
We're the most admired country in the world. We're the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity. We have the finest military in the history of the world. No one thinks we're weak. Number 2, the idea that we're talking about worst presidents, presidential historians, they've had meetings and they voted who's the worst president in American history. They said he was the worst in all of American history. That's a fact. He can argue they're wrong, but that's what they voted.
Nah, 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 nah. So, just a little bit of that. You're the worst. No, you're the worst. No, you're the worst. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. So, yeah, it was kind of like that, right?
Well, the big takeaway, I think, for many people is the performance of Joe Biden, which was largely considered to be underwhelming, I think would be the
Did they not wind him up enough? Is that the deal?
Well, he seemed very sleepy.
They didn't give him enough 5-hour energy
bedtime
or something?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, how many naps you got to take before you can stay up that late?
Right.
Maybe he can try to get a time change, for the next one. So it's at 2 p.m, right? Right before tapioca
You can
pudding.
Jump on board with that.
That's me. I'm not watching. I'm still not watching it, but I like the early part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I that was pretty much what I saw online today when I got ready for the show this
I
morning.
watched part of it last night. You saw?
Was that Joe?
I saw a few minutes of it.
Joe looked a little underwhelming.
Yes.
And somewhat out of it.
He did. And he had some troubles finishing his thoughts at times, very halting delivery. President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump held their unusually early debate last night in Atlanta, speaking to an electorate that's expressed strong dissatisfaction with the choice of candidates. It was contentious from the start. Trump projected confidence and certitude, even when he was wrong on the facts. Biden, at times, was halting and had some difficulty finishing off his thoughts. The debate became bitterly personal almost from the start. Above all, Biden's allies have wanted him to demonstrate strength and energy on the debate stage to help put to rest questions about the 81-year-old's physical and mental acuity. But on the biggest stage in U.S. politics last night, Biden did not meet their modest expectations. And by the end of the 90-minute affair, the president's allies, party strategists, and rank-and-file voters alike panicked about his chances against former President Donald Trump this fall. They cited a debate performance punctuated by repeated stumbles, uncomfortable pauses, and a quiet speaking style that was often difficult to understand. Publicly and privately, Democrats questioned whether the party could or should replace him.
Whoa.
Reports of gun...
Really?
Yes, there's some discussion. I don't know that it will amount to anything. It seems very late in the process, but it is the convention has not been held. The nomination has not been offered, so it's possible.
It feels unprecedented. I don't know if I don't follow politics all that religiously, so I guess I don't remember. But can you remember a time, and maybe in our history in the last 50 years or whatever, where there's been a situation like that where an incumbent president's running,
No.
and is kind of the de facto candidate for the party, and then all of a sudden they get to the convention, they're like, we don't really feel like this is the guy or girl or whatever, and so they throw somebody else up there.
I mean, maybe it's happened. I don't know if it's happened at the presidential level, and I certainly don't recall it happening.
I don't remember it either.
I mean, there have been, Senate races, for example, where somebody who was on the ballot died, before the election, and the party had to scramble to find a replacement. We've seen that, but not at the level of presidential politics.
Would it be Kamala? I mean, would they go, and would that be kind of their move?
I don't know. I don't think that's
Can she
going
do
to
that?
happen.
Is that is there
She's
some
about
sort
as
of
unpopular as he is, I think.
right? But is there some sort of written rule that she can't
No, the
supersede
nomination
him?
could go to anyone.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
Anybody could get it. I mean,
How was your bingo card? Did you do good last
I didn't
night?
play along at home.
Okay.
How drunk did you get?
Yeah, I didn't watch more than a handful of minutes of it, but reports of gunfire in La Crosse this month have led to at least one arrest. Yesterday, police announced that a 13-year-old was taken into custody for allegedly
Yes.
firing a gun last Monday on Hood Street near Gunderson.
Intentional or like?
Well, they haven't said, but
Okay.
that's the inference.
Really?
The suspect faces charges of reckless endangerment and weapon possession by an underage person. City police are asking the public to call with any information they may have about the shooting. La Crosse police are still searching for suspects in another shooting that happened last Friday in the 100 block of 3rd Street.
Are we talking about shooting at someone or something?
They have not said.
Or
And it
in the
doesn't sound
air.
like anyone was hit by
Not
any
a lot of
gunfire,
info.
but
Okay. All
there
right.
were shots fired. The Wisconsin Supreme Court has sided with an anti-abortion demonstrator who'd been banned from protesting outside a Trempealeau County clinic. The High Court says an injunction issued 4 years ago against Brian Aish should be dismissed. A former nurse for Planned Parenthood had claimed that Aish made threats against her, warning that bad things would happen to her if she didn't quit her job. The Supreme Court agreed with Aish that since he made his comments from a public sidewalk near a clinic in Blair, it was protected free speech. Justices ruled that a lower court did not prove that Aish was actually threatening violence against the nurse. The Mississippi River has climbed slowly at La Crosse throughout the day yesterday, and by late in the afternoon, the river stage had risen to 14.17 feet, an increase of nearly 2 feet since Monday. Forecasters expect the water to drop slightly below 14 feet during the day today, but then go up again this weekend. And by early Tuesday, there could be another crest of 14.2 feet. Meanwhile, the river is still rising upstream faster at locations in Minnesota. So, yeah, that water is going to be coming our way.
That's not good.
No.
Just what we don't need. And rain today. It looks like light rain, but rain all
Yeah, it
kind
sounds
of
like
all day.
much of the day we're going to kind of see it on and off.
And cool. I mean, really, honestly, 60, maybe getting to 70 by this afternoon. Is that it?
I'm looking at 73 for a high. So
Yeah.
a little below normal, probably.
All right. But warming up tomorrow up near 80 with some sunshine. Looks like it'll dry out this weekend. And then 4th of July, what are we?
There's a 40% chance of seeing some showers. Otherwise, sunny and 82. So
That's not bad.
we'll go with the sunny and 82.
Yeah. I didn't watch a moment of the debate. Shaw, you said you watched a few minutes of it.
minutes of it here and
Gene,
there.
you watched a couple
I
minutes
watched,
of it?
yeah, I watched it. I was
I
streaming
was-
it on my phone. I was also watching highlights from the Paris Olympic trials because that's fun.
Yeah, I was. What the hell did we watch? I don't remember what the hell we watched. Oh, the movie Immaculate. I think that's Sydney Sweeney, right? Is that who it is? She's
don't
like a
know.
nun in Italy.
Okay.
She's like an
Is-
American
is
nun. And
scary?
she goes, yes. Not for me. It's not like a typical horror movie, but it's wrapped up in
Suspense and on the edge of your seat and
yeah, it's
prickly feels.
It's basically Rosemary's Baby in a convent.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Where like they're trying to bring about the end of the world with a baby, and they, yada yada. Anyways, it was okay. It was all right. Bloody at the end. A lot of blood at the end. Took a while to get there though, and we watched it on a streaming service, and I think it probably had subtitles because there's a lot of Italian in this movie. She's the only one really that speaks any English, and we didn't have the subtitles because
Oh, well,
we were watching a stream of it. Which whatever, we didn't really need to know because you're just following along with the story. You kind of figure it out, but yeah, that was what I watched, Shaw, instead of the debates. More from Scott Robert Shaw throughout the morning, plus bad news, happy music. Doc will join us to talk racing. We'll get to sports in a few minutes. Right now, it's Motionless in White.
Rock mornings. On air, online, on the app.
Thank you so much, Chad.
That's a jam.
I could dip back into the old Megadeth all morning long and not get tired of it. And that wasn't even old Megadeth. That was like mid Megadeth. That was like teenage years Megadeth. Yeah, Chad texted in and said, "Morning, guys. Happy Friday. Could you play some Megadeth, The Secret Place? Thank you. You're welcome." Tom says, "Happy Friday, Brian, Gene, and Shaw. Can you play Du Hast by Rammstein? Have a great weekend." Did you see the little girl, the kid in the back of the car in the car seat doing Du Hast?
Oh, she...
Oh, she is. It's fantastic. I saw the video this morning. Someone had tagged me in it. I don't know how old it is, so I don't know if it's from a few years ago or if it's just recent, but there's a young girl, maybe, I don't know, 1, 2. How old before you start talking?
She's probably about one and a half.
2 years. She's in a car seat in the back of the car. And,
jamming out.
And she's singing along and headbanging to Du Hast.
She can sing. She's probably, toddler, 3, 4.
Got a text from Corey, said, "Longtime listener, first-time texter. I guess, number one, I'm with Brian. I did not listen to a word of the debate. Number two, Shaw speaks the words of my people with a high of 73. Yeah, that's about where I'm comfortable outside. Is if you want me to chill out, like on a patio or in my backyard,
like the 70s,
and enjoy it, like actually be able to enjoy it and not focus on how hot and miserable I am, somewhere in the mid-70s.
60s?
Anything below that as well, but anything like sort of that from like 55 to like 75 is where I'm comfy outside. Anything above or below that, and I'm like, I'd probably go inside.
Well, rain today and pretty cloudy. It looks like better for the weekend, but today kind of a rainy Friday.
Thanks for the text messages. The Brew Crew were off yesterday. They start a 3-game series at home against the Cubbies tonight. 7:10 first pitch. A jury in the U.S. District Court ordering the NFL, the National Football League, to pay more than $4.7 billion with a B in damages after ruling that the league violated antitrust laws in distributing out-of-market Sunday afternoon games on a premium subscription service. God, this is hope for Ticketmaster, right? I find this as a hopeful step in the right direction with big, giant, massive companies that are effing their customers and their consumers because they have sort of a lock on everything.
Yep.
And you have no options, right?
Well, that's what the government's trying to do with Ticketmaster, aren't they?
So normally I'm not yay government, but...
Yay government? Okay, government?
I think government. You know, I think that's where I'm at right now. The jury, by the way, awarded $4.7 billion in damages to the residential class and $96 million in damages to the commercial class. Since damages can be tripled under federal antitrust laws, the NFL could end up being liable for somewhere around $15 billion. The lawsuit covered 2.4 million residential subscribers and 48,000 businesses in the U.S. who paid for the package of out-of-market games from 2011 through 2022 on DirecTV. The lawsuit claimed that the league broke antitrust laws by selling its package of Sunday games at an inflated price. The subscribers also say the league restricted competition by offering Sunday ticket only on a satellite provider. Which was kind of a pain in the ass.
Which was the deal.
Right, you could only get it, and it's like, and it's so expensive, and it's like, man, good. It's nice to see the consumer. I don't know, I don't know how this all going. I never paid for it, so I have no stock in the game here, but like,
or how that works. So you got to prove that you had DirecTV.
Government. Yeah, kind of a landmark situation here. You know what I mean? Like hammering the NFL for this. So, Colorado Avalanche center Nathan MacKinnon was the big winner at last night's award show, taking home the Hart Memorial Trophy as the league's MVP. Also, the Ted Lindsay Award as the league's most outstanding player, which is decided by the NHL Players Association. Blackhawks center Connor Bedard was selected as the league's top rookie, winning the Calder Memorial Trophy. Who else won? The Vezina Trophy went to the Winnipeg Jets goalie Connor Hellebuyck. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And as the top goalie, and Quinn Hughes of the Vancouver Canucks named the winner of the James Norris Memorial Trophy as the top defenseman. Randall Cobb, former Packer.
Yeah.
Apparently house burned down. Made it out alive. Just the clothes on their back,
You
though.
are kidding.
Yeah. Randall Cobb and his family are, quote, safe and healthy after their Nashville home caught fire. His wife, Ada, adding, "We are lucky to be alive."
What?
She said on her Instagram story on Wednesday, the Tesla Charger in the garage of their home caught fire and quickly spread. She added that the family, which includes their 3 sons, were able to get out of the house with nothing but the clothes on our back and no shoes on our feet. Like, get up, grab the kids, get out. That's it. We're not.
Whoa.
Yeah. Crazy. Randall Cobb and his family apparently safe after a fire in their home earlier this week.
That's something, huh?
Right? Did you find the Duhas girl?
I did find her. She's 22 months old.
Is it recent, the video?
No.
Okay, so it's from a few years ago. Somebody tagged me in it this morning, and
she's probably almost driving a car now.
Oh, it's that old? All right. Jeez, I didn't even look at it. So someone tagged me, and I saw the video, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I moved.
If it's the one I'm looking at with this little cute girl with ringlets and a pink jacket, and she's sucking her thumb, and then she's singing.
Has she got like a little stuffed animal? And then she headbangs?
She definitely does that.
I'll see if I can track down the one that I've got.
Maybe, it could be, obviously, it could be a different young toddler girl in a pink jacket jamming out to Duhas.
I will try to get to that Duhas in a bit, and we'll also get to some Five Finger Death Punch and DMX.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Oh, you know who you are. You've been doing your daily action, putting lots of overtime. You need some time off satisfaction. Just think how tough it's been. You've been putting out all that labor. If you use your wit, you can get out quick and do yourself a favor. Friday in effect, and you're pretty beat, I bet. It's been one tough week, you've hit your peak, and you've earned your paycheck. But now this week is over, and it's a little fun you're seeking. Your grin is wide, and I know why. Look out, here come the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
That weekend's gonna be a monster, y'all.
The weekend is here, and there's lots to do, and the weather looks like it's going to be improving, so you're probably going to want to be outside. But if you do want to stay indoors and watch something, Shaw, you can watch the Olympic trials like Gene did last night. They continue tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday on NBC. Olympics get started on July 26th. ESPN tonight, the 2024 NHL Draft. Now that we're done with the NBA Draft, they're moving on to the NHL. Not as big of an event, obviously, as the NFL Draft or even the NBA Draft, but the NHL Draft on ESPN tonight. Also on Disney today, the series premiere of Zombies, the reanimated series. Over on Netflix today, a movie called A Family Affair. It's a romantic comedy, a rom-com starring Joey King as a Hollywood assistant, coming to terms with the fact that her mom, who is played by Nicole Kidman, is having an affair with her movie star boss, played by Zac Efron. Nicole Kidman and Zac Efron. Let's see. Sunday night on BET. It's the 2024 BET Awards. Sunday night on HBO. It's episode 3 of House of Dragon, season 2. Second season finale of Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampires on Sunday night on AMC. And over on A&E on Sunday night, you got biography Sammy Hagar, followed by biography Sebastian Bach. Pretty interesting lineup there. Find out more about Sammy Hagar, the Red Rocker, and Sebastian Bach. Theaters.
Yeah, anything new?
Aliens. Big, giant aliens falling out of the sky.
Is this the
Quiet Place?
You can't make any noise or they'll get you. A Quiet Place
This
Day
is the
One.
prequel.
Yeah, PG-13. It's got Lupita Nyong'o as a terminally ill cancer patient who survives the initial attack after she's knocked unconscious. And then while on the run with her pet cat, she's found by Joseph Quinn, who you know better as Eddie Munson from Stranger Things. These people that are having babies...
Well, it happens.
And taking cats. No, it doesn't happen. That was my problem with the first one. It's like, you opted to have a child? What did you think was going to happen?
Well, I don't know that things happen.
Yes. You don't always intend to have a child.
Exactly. And they're also in the whole...
There's plenty of ways to go about all that and not have a child. Sometimes,
Dude,
Shaw, you got to hawk to
If the aliens are coming,
and spit on that thing.
You gotta...
No, you don't got to.
Yeah, you do, Shaw. You need some stress reliever. If the aliens are coming...
Yeah, you can get stress relief without having a baby. I mean, it's the noisiest thing in the world. It never stops. Nah, 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 nah.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk to it. Spit on that thing.
Yeah, you can do that.
Gross.
The aliens don't need to hear it. That's in theaters. Also, Horizon, an American Saga, rated R. This is the Kevin Costner Wild West movie.
It's like 3 hours long, I think.
Yeah, it's a Wild West movie, Sean. That's how they are. Costner directs and stars in a Western covering the Civil War and the expansion and settling and stealing of the new territories. Also in this movie, Sam Worthington, Jeff Fahey, Michael Rooker, Giovanni Ribisi, Luke Wilson, Sienna Miller, Jenna Malone, and a whole bunch of other people, Sean. It's jam-packed. New music this weekend. You've got songwriter from Johnny Cash, his 72nd album, his 5th since he died.
Wait, what?
It was recorded as a series of songwriting demos in early 1993. So it's
some old tapes they dug up.
I don't know if they used AI for this thing or whatever, but also more old rockers. Neil Young and Crazy Horse with a new album out today called Early Days, a collection of rare and unreleased recordings from 1969.
They just canceled the rest of their tour because of illnesses in the band.
Well, they're all in their 80s, right?
Getting close.
Yeah. That's about what happens when you get into your 80s. That or you become president.
So what about the debate last night? Where are we at?
There's another one coming up, right?
There will be one more, I think, in September, if I'm not mistaken.
And is that the Fox one? Because didn't CNN...
This was a CNN production last night, yes. So I don't recall who has the rights to the second one. It might be Fox.
Okay.
La Crosse police have arrested a 13-year-old suspect in a gunfire complaint from earlier this week. The teenager is being charged with 2 counts of reckless endangerment and possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18. Police say the arrest is related to shots heard on Monday at the 500 block of Hood Street. Anyone with more information about the shots fired in the city recently is asked to call La Crosse police or leave an anonymous tip on the Crime Stoppers line. A court hearing in the Adam Fravel murder trial could be held this fall in Winona, even though the trial itself is expected to be moved to another county because of publicity. Fravel is charged with killing his ex-girlfriend, Madeline Kingsbury of Winona. Pre-trial hearings are scheduled to be held in Winona County in September. A state court spokesman tells WISM News that if a new location is found for the trial before September, Fravel's hearing could be moved to that county. An anti-abortion protester from western Wisconsin is being supported by the state Supreme Court in his right to demonstrate at a Planned Parenthood clinic in Blair. The court has ruled unanimously to dismiss an injunction which was keeping Brian Aish away from nurse Nancy Kinchy. Aish regularly protested against abortion for several years outside the Blair Clinic, and a judge in Trempealeau County had issued the injunction after Kinchy said Aish had harassed and threatened her personally. An appeals court had upheld the injunction against Aish 2 years ago. Millions of Americans watched the presidential debate last night, and many of them gathered together at public places to hear from the 2 most recent U.S. presidents. At the Rivoli Theater, La Crosse area Democrats cheered for current President Joe Biden, and a few people booed Republican Donald Trump. The Democratic Party hosted the downtown gathering with State Representative Steve Doyle among party members speaking before the main event.
Wait a minute, they booed at a movie screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Claiming that people don't really remember Trump's record in office.
And then we got rid of him, and suddenly people developed amnesia. And they forget what it was like, and they forget that for almost 4 years now, we've had a complete turnaround.
Another Democratic lawmaker from La Crosse, Jill Billings, criticized Trump for favoring a ban on abortion and for planning tax breaks for the wealthy. It was the dream that LeBron James first floated a few years ago, the notion of playing in the NBA alongside one of his sons. It's a step closer to reality now. Bronny James, the oldest son of the NBA's all-time leading scorer, was drafted.
I should have declared. They would have drafted me.
Yes.
This guy, what does he average? 4 points a game?
4.8 points a game.
Give me a break.
Drafted by the Lakers, the team that his father has played for since 2018.
LeBron's kid got drafted by the Lakers. Yeah. He's not very good.
Bronny James was taken with the number 55 overall
That's
pick.
His name.
I think he's LeBron Jr., but they call him Bronny.
Sure.
Taken deep in the second round with only 3 picks remaining in this year's draft. And the move doesn't guarantee that father and son will play in a game together, but it certainly raises the possibility that it could happen in what would be an NBA first.
LeBron runs that team, regardless of what you think. Yeah, they just hired J.J. Redick, but who do you think gets more attention?
Sure, absolutely.
From the owners of the Lakers. It ain't going to be J.J. Redick. It's going to be
Who's
LeBron.
never coached a game in his life.
Right, exactly. So
I'm sure LeBron said, you know what, you guys take my son and maybe I'll play for you for another year.
Yeah, exactly. Or I'll give you some kind of deal or something, or I'll do this, that, the other thing and show up at an event or, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I mean, he said that years ago that his dream would be to play with his kid. I don't know, 4.8 points. You're going to waste a draft pick on that?
Well, and he had heart problems, if you recall.
Well, and that's, I'm not trying to...
Sidelined him for a good portion of the season.
Not trying to disparage him for that, but yeah. NBA draft is over. NHL draft is tonight, as we mentioned earlier. You going to go see the Quiet Ones there, Shaw? You going to go see that?
I don't know if we'll see it in the
Quiet
theater or not, but I did like the first two movies. I thought they were engaging.
Second one was all right. First one I thought was
better.
Really, really good. Obviously, John Krasinski was in that, and it's well beyond the day one activities. They found out about the aliens. They know everything about them. They're trying to live quietly on that farm with the lights and the sand and everything, walking in so they don't.
Mm-hmm. I saw 2.
Before you
first,
saw one?
And then went back and watched 1. So I really liked 2 because I was like, the whole concept was new to me. But yeah, 3 in the movie theater. I'm watching The Bear, though.
Yeah.
I want to see that, too. I've heard very good things about it.
I just started rewatching The Boys on Amazon Prime because the new season just came out recently.
I know.
And so I want to refresh and get my mind right before I go into the next new season. So I just started yesterday. I got about 3 or 4 episodes in. So, and obviously I remember most of it, but it's just nice to have that refresher, tie all the storylines together. Your kid watching it?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
What is it?
Multiple people.
Episode
in
3
my house.
in this new season?
That's what I heard. That there's something there that's
all
totally...
right. All right. Thank you, Shaw. Appreciate it. We'll get back to him in a bit. Plus, Doc will join us to talk racing.
Woo, woo.
Let's see. Chris said, how about some Motorhead? See what I can do. Tom wanted to hear that Rammstein. I'm going to get to that here in a moment. Somebody texted in, Randall Cobb, house burned down, Tesla, Tyreek Hill, house burned down, Candle, Andre Rison, house burned, left eye. Not quite sure what they're going for there.
Like
football players and a house is burning down? Okay. Thanks. I think
if they were all like electric cars or all candles or all a crazy ex-girlfriend, maybe, but there's no. I'm not tying them all together.
Other than the house burning down, I don't really know what you're trying to say there.
Rock Mornings, only on 95.7 The Rock.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. That is Rammstein by request for Tom. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. If you want to get in touch with us, visit rockmornings.com for all our contact info. A little bit of rain today in the forecast. Going to dry up this weekend, though. Mm-hmm. We need it. Got some friends who have a houseboat, or boathouse, or whatever you call it, and they can't get there unless they're in a boat.
The roads are closed.
Yeah, they cannot, and it's not good. Like record-setting flooding, which is crazy because we didn't get hardly any snow this winter.
Oh, well, yeah. You go back into the spring, and the river was at record lows for that time of the year, and then bam, rain, 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 rain. But a dry weekend, it looks like.
Yeah, which we could certainly use. Got some Danzig on the way. Doc, again, will join us later on to talk racing. It's got a big chance to right a wrong. Happy 4th of July.
Does he know that it's almost time?
I would assume he does. Unless he had too many Coors Lights last night.
He probably did.
Which he might have.
It was guys' night out last night.
I saw.
Ugh.
By the way, he also texted me last night. Said, I just watched the whole interview and I stand corrected. Hawk Tua carries that whole effing thing. My bad. He was trying to claim that we should give the opener some shine.
There was a girl before.
There was a friend there with her.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the friend. All right? She's the parsley on the plate. Okay? When you got a big old prime rib, juicy, delicious, and you got some parsley on the side, you just flick that off. Put it on the small plate that they give you for the roll. Leave it there. You're not going to eat that parsley.
Because she's all that. The Hawk Tua girl.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you.
She's the star of the show in that video. The other girl may not. She doesn't even need to be there. She's there to make sure Hawk Tua gets home safely after Hawk Tuaing all night. Danzig coming up in a bit.
Rock Mornings, Monday to Friday, 6 to 9.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. That is Danzig, of course, and Mother. Have you heard about Clyde?
Doubt it. Maybe.
Clyde the dog?
I don't think so.
Clyde the dog from Whitewater, Wisconsin?
No.
Clyde, 8-year-old dog, brought to Albert's Dog Lounge last summer with infections, almost no fur, and in very desperate need of medication. Mandy Lewis, the founder of Albert's Dog Lounge in Whitewater, Wisconsin, said that Clyde had a family that loved and actually cared for him very much. The issue was that they had little resources within the community, and so they knew they needed help with the medication and all the things that he needed to be healthy, and so they came and chose to surrender him. Tough decision.
Yeah.
Mandy said that, like many pet owners, they had to make the difficult decision to surrender a pet because they could no longer afford to care for it.
Medications and all of that vet care that was needed.
Mandy said there's a gap in the community where people aren't able to get cat litter or pet dishes or new leashes or new collars and things that help a pet have a good quality of life.
Mm-hmm.
So the owners dropped Clyde off at Albert's Dog Lounge in Whitewater, Wisconsin. He's doing great now. But it also inspired something that will help out communities. Maybe not necessarily just in the Whitewater area, but maybe in other communities. A service called Clyde's Closet. The rescue place where they dropped him off put a shed outside and keeps it stocked with pet products anybody can take for free, no questions asked. Pet food, leashes, pee blankets, whatever, cat litter, any kind of stuff. And they just have it open there for people to take stuff out of.
There's a gap in the community where people aren't able to get maybe cat litter or pet dishes, new leashes, new collars. We have blankets, we have shampoos and skin conditioners and vitamins. Clyde started this with love because he was surrendered to us due to a lack of resources, and so we kind of want to be able to pay that forward.
That is Mandy Lewis, the owner and founder of Albert's Dog Lounge, and now also the owner of Clyde, because she adopted him earlier this week. Opening Clyde's Closet, using the organization's excess donations and supplies. Said we were inspired by Clyde to do something more for our community, and really by the influx of support that we receive as a rescue. So we are very graciously blessed with so many donations, and we'd like to share those donations and pay it forward within the community. So Clyde's Closet.
That's awesome.
Probably not the only one, obviously, throughout the country.
But that's the truth, right? If you're trying to figure out how you make all the things ends meet, and you have one extra...
Bro, we're middle class and we don't have kids. And yet we still have times where it's like, it's expensive. Pets can be, and a lot of times...
And then something takes a turn and all of a sudden you need this or that or...
Well, and especially if it's a medication that you need to have on a regular basis. If it's a one-time deal, like you got yeast in the ears or you got something like that, yeast infection, it's, or you got worms and you got to get some pills. But, like, if you're talking about we've got former employees, their dogs, they got those King Charles. And, heart medication. It's a whole scene when we went down there and all the stuff they got to give these dogs throughout the day to keep them alive and healthy. But, yeah, it can be daunting. Good to see Clyde's Closet there in Whitewater. Got more from Shaw in a bit. Also some Disturbed. And if you need something, you can reach out to us. Go to rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Before we introduce them, we want to share the rules of the debate with the audience at home.
When it's time for a candidate to speak, his microphone will be turned on and his opponent's microphone will be turned off.
Absolutely criminal. Never heard so much malarkey in my whole life.
Should a candidate interrupt when his microphone is muted, he will be difficult to understand for viewers at home.
Look, I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Both candidates and their campaigns agreed to accept these rules.
They're a bunch of losers and suckers. Suckers and losers. You're the sucker. You're the loser. They think we're stupid. They think we're very stupid people. He has no idea what the hell he's talking about. We're like a bunch of stupid people. Every single thing he said is a lie. It's been a great thing. It's been a terrible thing.
Oh, man. I don't feel like I really missed out on anything either.
That was 90 minutes. You couldn't get back, Shaw, if you tried.
That's true.
Apparently, at one point, it devolved into them arguing about golf.
Oh, I missed that.
I didn't catch that part either.
Yeah. But the whole mic thing, I guess, worked out, except for there was one point where they were both on.
Yeah, there were fewer interruptions than in most debates.
When is the second one?
I think September.
Okay. And then we vote in November? and then it's over?
Presumably, yes.
It doesn't feel like it's going to be over.
I know. Is it ever over?
I'm starting to feel like a hamster in a wheel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're just running around, never going anywhere. Just,
My mom was like, 90 minutes, huh? 90. But like we were talking yesterday, she goes, that feels like a long time, doesn't it?
Yes. I don't know if they needed all that time.
Well, in the TikTok age, where videos are
90 minutes.
30 seconds or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so what's today mean? What happened?
Is Biden, are they getting on the campaign trail, or are they going to states? Because I know, Bernie's coming here to Wisconsin.
Correct. He's going to be in the Chippewa Valley and in La Crosse over the weekend, campaigning, obviously, for President Joe Biden. I don't know about Trump and Biden themselves, whether they're immediately on the campaign trail, but, it never stops between now and November. So and much of what's happening today, I think, is in the form of damage control. A raspy and sometimes halting President Joe Biden repeatedly tried to confront Donald Trump in their first debate before the election, but Biden's uneven performance crystallized the concerns of many Americans that at age 81, he is simply too old to serve as president. It sparked a fresh round of calls for the Democrat to step aside. Meanwhile, the 78-year-old Trump's rhetoric offered Americans an unwelcome reminder of the bombast he launched daily during his tumultuous 4 years in office as he struggles to win over skeptical voters. He declined to clearly state that he would accept the results of the November election.
I'll show you who's number one.
Mr. Mandelbaum, please.
It's go time.
Mandelbaum.
Gotta be honest. Felt a little like that watching it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Trying to show how strong they are in the
state.
Are you saying I can't lift that TV?
Are you saying golf is hard? Driving contest. Let's do it.
Staring contest. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pepsi. Right?
You have to hit the ball a long way, Shaw, when you're playing golf. Can you hit the ball a long way?
That's true.
Can you do it?
Sometimes. Not always straight.
50 yards. Can you hit the ball 50 yards, Shaw?
50 yards, yes, thank you.
I can. Not every time. But, yeah.
Sometimes 50 yards sideways, but hey,
Yeah.
The river level in La Crosse has hardly changed at all overnight. The 5 a.m. reading for the Mississippi in La Crosse was at 14.18 feet, slightly above the river stage late yesterday afternoon. The forecast calls for the water to remain at about that level for the next week, possibly rising another inch by Monday. The high water is having an impact in our area. Riverfest says the ski show that is normally part of the celebration will not be held this year because of the 10-foot no-wake zone. The rest of Riverfest is expected to go on as scheduled, including the fireworks. The rising water is forced the closure of the marsh trails and the north entrance to Pettibone Park. Much of Goose Island County Park is underwater, affecting those hoping to camp there, with about half of the sites underwater. Police in Rochester are investigating after 2 people were found dead at an apartment complex. Officers were called to the River Glen Apartments late last night. No other details have been released. Happy birthday to the Milwaukee Brewers sausage race, celebrating 32 years of ballpark fun. The first ever sausage race at a Brewers game back at County Stadium happened on June 27th of 1993. The racing sausages have become a beloved tradition, leading to countless bets between fans about which racing sausage would win. And a lifelong Brewers fan has a big weekend planned. 97-year-old Catherine Halbert has been chosen through the team's Superfan Recognition Program to throw out the first pitch during Saturday's game against the Cubs, despite the fact that she is legally blind. Halbert grew up listening to the Brewers on the radio and does so again now that she can no longer see. It will be just the second ever Brewers game that Halbert has attended in person. 97 years old.
And only her second one ever, huh?
Yeah, that's something. She's a big fan, but this will only be her second visit.
How many years ago did the sausage races start?
32 years ago.
June 27th, 1994, you
93.
Said? 93, excuse me?
Yeah, as of yesterday. So yesterday was the birthday.
I missed a birthday / anniversary yesterday as well, Shaw. Because today's the 28th. So we're a little late on the sausage race one. And I missed one yesterday, and I don't know how I missed it. I got to write it down. Maybe I didn't go through my memories yesterday on Facebook, but I got a reminder from TJ. He texted in this morning, and he said, I missed the anniversary of Gene's slip-up from 6 years ago.
Oh, jeez.
Hashtag never forget.
Why does he... What?
The F-bomb. TJ tweeted or posted on Facebook on June 27th of 2018. He included a screen grab of it. Said, that was hilarious. Never thought it would be Gene. Hashtag F-bomb.
Why would he remember that and have that down on a date, Shaw? Why would anybody?
I don't know.
What's going on?
Michelle commented on TJ's post saying that was damn funny with a couple of laughing smiley faces.
Was not.
Pat said, oops. June 27th, 2018.
TJ.
Gene, I
Come
present
on.
to you, Gene.
Everybody needs to stop being so damn angry about everything. I swear to God. I saw a person the other day driving and just having a complete meltdown because somebody wasn't turning fast enough, right? I understand that things aggravate you and everybody's in a damn hurry, but freaking out and flipping people off and screaming obscenities and beeping your horn because you can't get to where you need to go in this world 5 seconds faster is out of freaking hand, man. Calm the F down. We're all sharing this
Morning sickness, Brian and Gene. Yeah, so there was that. Remember that one, Shaw?
I think I was gone that day, but I remember it well.
I could see it. You could hear it.
I can't even, TJ.
Damn to the F word, and then all of a sudden the bomb dropped it right on us. 6 years ago yesterday. Thanks, TJ, for the reminder.
Happy anniversary.
Normally, the fifth Lori will send me an email or a text and remind me.
I saw her riding her bike last night. We had pleasantries in the neighborhood. She would
anniversary
never
of when Gene
rat me out.
When Gene swore on the radio live.
I thought TJ and I were besties too, but
you and your potty mouth. It's disgusting. It's gross.
You're disgusting.
Gets us in trouble all the time.
Gross.
Gotta go
You get me
apologize
in
to
trouble
people
all the time.
Gotta go apologize to people.
That was you. You.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I do.
Apparently, we're playing this song. I don't know why. It's All My Life. It's Falling in Reverse and Jelly Roll. Enjoy it.
Rock Mornings on 95.7 The Rock.
Disturbed with Prayer, Rock Mornings, Brian and Gene.
The streetlights just turned on.
Yeah.
Right over here. That's how dark and gloomy it is. They just turned on.
It is a bit gloomy today. Shane texted in and said, I don't know what that song was, but it was pure garbage.
Thanks, Shane.
John said, I just walked back into the shop and asked if someone changed the station. WTF. Somebody texted in from Cresco and said, hasn't the world been subjected to enough Jelly Roll?
No.
Also got a text from someone down in New Albany. Said, I'm listening to you guys in New Albany, letting you know the Army Road is flooded. So, yeah, a lot of flooding in our area. So, be on the lookout for that. Be very careful.
Well, what did Shaw say? It was up again.
Yeah. Brew Crew off yesterday. They started a 3-game series against the Cubs tonight at 7:10. That series is in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
One night game and then a couple of afternoon games. Have you seen the sinkhole in Illinois?
No, but you know how I feel about
swallowed an entire soccer field. And it happened on camera. Like, there's a security camera that caught it. So there's apparently a limestone thing underneath where the soccer field is, and it just said,
like a
nope.
quarry? Or
it just
like
gave up. It said, nope, not anymore. 50 feet deep. Bro. This is in Alton, Illinois. Residents shocked earlier this week when a huge sinkhole opened up in the middle of a soccer field, dragging a light fixture, turf, benches.
Oh, my gosh.
All into the earth. Nobody was hurt during the incident, despite the fact that the collapse took place over an active limestone mine. So they're actually working in this limestone mine. I don't know if they...
100 feet wide, 30 feet deep.
I don't know if they dug too close or what, but security footage shows the ground in the center of the Gordon F. Moore Park, 19 soccer fields abruptly caving in, creating a crater.
Oh, sure it did. Look at that.
Believed to be at least 50 feet deep.
Oh, my gosh. The whole light pole goes down.
Yeah. Alton, Illinois. They're coming for you, Gene.
Well, thankfully, there was no games going on. People would be dead.
Brandon just texted in and said, Illinois is a giant sinkhole in itself.
Oh, my goodness.
That's funny. Second round of the NBA draft yesterday. Of course, Bronny James was the big news. But the other news was Duke center Kyle Filipowski.
What happened?
You remember this kid? He was the one who was on the court, and they lost. Duke lost to somebody. I can't remember who it was. It's irrelevant. But the fans stormed the court, and he got kind of clipped by one guy.
Uh-huh.
And they were having a big, talk of discussion about it on the news and court storming.
Getting hurt by
and I don't think he got seriously injured. I think the guy kind of clipped him, and I don't know if there was any intent there or whatever. But this guy, Kyle Filipowski, got drafted by the Utah Jazz and he fell quite a bit in the NBA draft. And people were kind of wondering.
Fell? Yeah.
Like, didn't go as high as he was maybe projected to go. Well, he's a center. He's a pretty good player. I mean, but he went, quite a while before he got picked up and scooped up by the Utah Jazz. Basketball fans wondering why the blue blood sophomore slipped, and apparently somebody from ESPN took to the airwaves to explain that teams were flagged by Filipowski's interesting family situation as they gathered intel on him this spring.
Boy. What happened? What is he got? What's going on?
This is from Jonathan Givony from ESPN saying, quote, NBA teams are talking about the fact that they had questions about his girlfriend being so much older than him. Why was he estranged from his family because of this whole situation? It's a very, very odd situation. I personally don't understand why it would cause him to drop like this into the second round.
Don't you need to be back in the arms of a good friend?
Apparently, the rumor, and again, this is just unsubstantiated stuff that I've read on the internet, so take it for what it's worth.
I love stuff like that on the internet with almost possibly no bearing in whatever.
Well, there's got to be stories about it for there to be, I mean, there's got to be some truth to it.
So he's got an older
So apparently the girl, he's probably what, 19? He's a sophomore, 19, 20. Apparently she's in her mid to late 20s. And I guess estranged from his family, they're tweeting about it and all this stuff. So there is some info. And I guess she was kind of mind controlling him to join the Mormons. And now he got scooped up by the Utah Jazz. Go ahead. Go down the wormhole. Feel free.
I went down.
This is the first I heard about it. I found out about it this morning. I went down a brief wormhole about this kid, and apparently, and her and mind control and kind of, getting him to cut off his family and become, the whole Mormon thing. And where there's smoke, there's usually fire, though, right? Kyle Filipowski, playing for the Utah Jazz, the Mormon state.
Yeah, that's where they are.
Yeah, well, so there's that.
His brother took to Twitter and said,
"Oh yeah, oh yeah." I read the tweets.
Oh, you did.
His
brother says that they can't get in touch with him because he's
right. It's this. By the way, speaking of that, did you watch the TikTok dance people? Did you see that one on Netflix? Speaking of cults,
the what? No,
you haven't seen this one.
I don't think so.
So there's a thing about TikTok dance people. They do these TikTok videos where they dance.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's two sisters, and they were really popular, and then one of them ended up joining up with this cult, and now doesn't talk to her
the
family.
Other one can't get touch with her.
Well, they kind of can, but I can't do it justice. Just you got to watch it. It's crazy.
Okay.
It's just another reason to hate TikTok and social media. It's just stupid. It's not real life. Anyways. There you go. Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to some Green Day in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
When you need an extra kick to get you through your 4th of July cookout, reach for 5-Hour Energy Barbecue Sauce with a blend of high-octane spicy flavors and a hefty dose of rocket fuel.
It's just sort of doing this.
5-Hour Energy Barbecue Sauce is tangy liquid energy. Just one taste will have you saying, "Ah!" Try the Buzzin' Benzo's Brisket, Big Flake Kickin' Chicken, or White Tornado Pork Ribs. It's barbecue sauce for people who crave, eat, and drink lots of go-juice. Warning, may cause anxiety, addiction, insomnia, hypertension, and weight loss. Don't mix with coffee, sugar, or fireworks.
5-Hour Energy has a barbecue sauce that's caffeinated.
That's what we need.
Right?
My ribs just don't have enough caffeine.
They'll make you sleepy, those ribs, Shaw. So they do.
You get that tryptophan in you on Thanksgiving, Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything needs to be energized, but I do.
You eat a big thing of ribs, big rack of ribs, and next thing you know, you get a little sleepy, a little tired, need a little nap. Right?
I do like the energized drinks. I have them often, but I don't know that I need it in my barbecue sauce.
Yeah. They have partnered up with the National Food Lab. Just debuted. It's a barbecue sauce, and it's got caffeine in it. They got a little bit of help launching the 5-Hour Energy caffeinated barbecue sauce line from Brian Baumgartner, who you know as Kevin from The Office. with his Kevin's Famous Chili, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. I think I'm fine with regular-ass barbecue sauce.
Me too. There's lots of good choices out there.
I get it. It's a marketing ploy.
I don't need
to
any
get you
caffeine
to-
in it. I'm good. 69% of Americans say that seeing their partner do this is a turn-on.
Eat caffeinated barbecue sauce.
Wash the dishes.
It's a turn-on.
We got a winner already. Look at
Really?
this. We got a winner.
That was quick.
Gene.
Boom.
From the rafters. Thank you.
And it's not just doing dishes, it's cleaning. New survey of American adults says that 69% of people say seeing their partner cleaning is a big turn-on.
Hell yeah.
Is she wearing a French maid costume or what?
I don't think it has anything to do with that.
anything to do with that.
You realize the house is a disgusting mess and you're cleaning it.
Dude,
One more, I got 69 touchdowns. If you know what I mean.
Shaw, in that shower,
Only you know what I mean, baby.
in that tub, scrubbing those shower walls. Hell yeah. Soap scum off there. Yes.
They did not ask what type of
Absolutely.
cleaning, but it seems like
Aw,
it's
man.
general home cleaning, like mopping the kitchen floors, vacuuming, dusting, putting things away, and scrubbing the bathroom. Again,
Yes.
69% of American adults say that seeing their partner cleaning is a big turn on.
What number you want to wear?
69! Take the number 69!
Any of that, Shaw. Oh my
Is that number
gosh.
taken?
Is that number taken?
Gen Z millennials more likely to say they'd rather receive the gift of a clean house than something expensive like jewelry or electronics. Interesting. And among women, twice as many say they prefer the smell of a clean home over the smell of fresh flowers. Twice as many.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Overall, 67% of people say a clean, fresh-smelling home would make them more likely to get fresh with a partner. 79% say the cleanliness of someone's home affects how they view them as a human being.
Did you wipe down those wood floors? Are you kidding me?
I will add a small caveat to that. If the cleaning is getting done on your own dime, as opposed to in
What do you
response to me doing cleaning,
It has to be.
which is what happens at my house. Love the wife, very bad
Not
at cleaning.
reactionary cleaning or guilt cleaning. Like
Guilt cleaning. Because here's how it happens in our house, right?
Not the guilt cleaning, Shaw. the
Saturday
real
or Sunday, and I got nothing to do. I'll get up in the morning as early as I always do, 4 o'clock, whatever time it is. I go out, I work on the computer for a while, I have my coffee, I chill out with the dog, watch a little TV. Wife usually gets up right around 6:45.
And then you guys are cleaning?
No. I don't get her up. I don't get her going right out of bed. I give her some time to kind of acclimate to the day, right? I give the old gal a little bit of time to get used to it. Get ready, warm her up a little bit, Shaw. Sometimes you got to let that engine run for a while before you get in there and take it for a spin. No, so she'll get up, a little coffee. We'll watch something on TV, one of our shows, or maybe a movie or something like that while I'm finishing up on the computer. But once I'm done with the computer, right? Once I'm done with whatever work I'm doing, and I turn that off, I am now in complete go mode, right? I want to get things done. And so I get up and I'm putting laundry in, or I'm cleaning up, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. Her response is to, begrudgingly get up and do whatever.
Shamed her into cleaning.
Do whatever her chores are, right? Because I'll handle
She's modeling your behavior. Is that what you're saying?
like if I'm in the garage tinkering, or if I'm cleaning the car, or if I'm mowing the lawn or whatever, she will, sweep and mop and do all that crap and whatever.
But the turn on would be if you came home and it was just happening and there's no.
I don't need any outfits. It's delightful.
Love the smell of pine sol.
I don't even care about that. For me, it's just knowing that.
Absolutely. Things got done. Oh, that I didn't have to say anything or whatever.
Takes it off her list, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think it's on her list.
The shower got cleaned while I was in Madison.
That's the
last
thing.
weekend. I know, dude. I know.
I got to find somebody I told you we had a cleaning gal come over a couple times.
She quit. She's not coming anymore.
I don't know what the hell happened to her. I don't know what the. So I was taking the dogs for a walk about a year and a half ago, and there was a girl that was taking cleaning supplies out of the back of a minivan at one of my neighbor's houses, and I said, hey, I'm not to be creepy and weird. I said, but do you clean their house? And she says, yeah, and this that, and I said, do you? Is that?
She came over. She cleaned.
Right.
You paid her.
And so she came over, and she gave me an estimate. She took a look at the house, and then she came over like a couple weeks later and cleaned, and it was phenomenal.
Nice.
It was like it was brand new. It was like the day we moved in.
Cool.
And my wife's shower is a funky, disgusting mess. I mean, it is nasty in there. Gross. I don't know how it happens.
That's
but it
why
does.
she's not back.
Well, but she came back a second time. And then, and I told her, I said, we probably won't need to be on a regular schedule because it's just the two of us. We don't have kids and we don't have a lot of, so.
Just every once in a while, yeah.
I said, so when I need you, can I text you? And she said, yeah, sure. And then right before the holidays, probably like September, October, I texted her and she never responded. And then after the holidays, I texted her again.
Never responded.
And then I was like, okay, well, maybe she changed her number. She's out of the business. I don't know. I thought
she broke up with you. She doesn't want to clean your funky house anymore.
So then I let it go, and I ended up talking to someone online. Someone had made a post about getting a house cleaner, and I looked into it. This other girl came over and looked at the house and gave me a quote, and then she never came back. She never that was it. I said, well, do you got references? I said, my wife's pretty important. And she's like, yeah, sure, I got it. And then and then she was like, I'll be over, later.
Nope.
And never came on. So she's totally unreliable. I don't know if she got arrested or what the hell. So then I called the other girl again, the first girl, and I was like, please, the house is so messy. I need you to clean the bathroom again. She had some kind of special cleaner. I mean, it smelled like bleach throughout the house. It was wonderful. It was fantastic.
Nope.
I don't know where the hell she went.
I haven't found her, huh?
I don't know if she got beamed up or what. I have no idea where she went.
Huh.
I just a little sorry.
I think it's
she broke up with me. I don't know.
Yeah. They both
I need a new.
I got a line on a cleaning lady for you. So
do you really?
Yeah. Well, and the people who clean our building,
too?
Sure.
So the people who clean our building, they're in here, and I'm desperate. I'm like, do you guys do houses? They're like, no, we just do business. I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, I just once every 3-4 months, I need someone to come over and deep dive, like the stuff, the grout and all the crap. My wife vacuums and sweeps, and that's nice and everything.
But you can, but so back to the story, Shaw. If she would just do it, or he would just do it
unexpectedly, without asking,
that's
just
the love.
That would be nice.
And I don't need to come in and witness it. I don't need to have a French maid outfit like Shaw does. For me, it's just that it's more about the impetus. The desire to do it.
Yes.
And get it done rather than just I guess
I don't have to do it. That's what it is, Shaw.
Right. You're supposed to want to do the dishes.
Why would I
want to do the dishes? 12 lemons.
Anyways, 69% of Americans in a new survey say that seeing their partner cleaning gets them all hot and bothered, Shaw.
It would be nice if you said thank you and helped me with the dishes.
Fine. I'll help you do the dishes.
Oh, come on. You know what? No, that's not what I want.
You just said that you want me to help you do the dishes.
I want you to want to do the dishes.
Why would I want to do dishes?
Right.
Right.
Well, let me know about this cleaning lady you got.
Yeah, me too.
Sure.
Local?
Yeah, you know her, in fact.
Reliable? Is it on?
No, it's not on.
Damn it. She's retired.
She'd come out of retirement for me.
All right, Shaw, you come back in the studio.
You don't want to put her business out there on the radio?
No, but I'll give you your name.
Okay.
All right. Does she like me, or is?
Yeah, I think as far as I know, yeah.
Because if I know her, then that might be a problem.
There's a streak here of people not liking him and showing up.
Right. You're getting ghosted by the cleaning ladies.
What the hell is going on? And I tried. I told the one lady. I said, "Look, I'm not. I'm going to be in the house." I said, "I'm sorry.
That's it. You can't be there. That's the thing. Maybe it's a you thing."
I wasn't following her around and checking up on her work. I was upstairs working, and I said, "I'm just gonna,
Maybe they don't want you there.
Maybe they don't. I don't. Yeah, but I don't want strangers in my house either, without me there, or my wife."
We'll talk to Shaw.
All right. It's getting bad again. It's like there's a sheen of makeup on things, and I can't. Yeah, I can't do it. Love her, great, wonderful, but there's a clean thing that needs to happen. Like a
Rock Mornings on your rock station.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Green Day. When I come around, I'll clean your house. Apparently, unless you're me, I don't know what the hell I did. That first girl, though, man. Oh God, she did such a good job. So good. Like day one, bathroom.
She wants to be part of it anymore. She broke up with you. That's all.
I can't get a text back like just, hey, I'm not doing it anymore.
Why? She doesn't need to.
She did such a good job. It's so rare in this day and age to find something. Of course I tipped. I think. Yes, I tipped. Of course I tip. I always tip. And I didn't follow her around. I wasn't creepy. Brandon texted in and said, made you look cleaning, does great work. Tell him, tell her that Brandon sent you.
Okay.
Thank you, Brandon. Doc texted in, said, set up the extra mic. I'm coming in.
Is there breakfast? There better be breakfast.
I doubt it. He'll normally call and ask if we want breakfast, right? But Doc will be in studio for the Racing Report. We'll get to that in just a bit. Get in touch with us. Visit rockmornings.com. All our contact info. Listen to the show live. Check out our daily podcast. Kind of cloudy, kind of dreary today with showers off and on. Mostly sunny tomorrow, though, and looks like sunshine on Sunday as well.
More of your Rock Mornings coming up in just a bit.
Friday night, August 16th at the Southside Oktoberfest grounds here in La Crosse, Buck Cherry. As part of the Big River Rally. Jackal the following night. We've got some great local tunes as well, and everything else. You can find out more at bigriverrally.com. Elon Musk. 53. He's worth $230 billion.
I think he might have just had a baby or something.
Another one? What did he name this one?
I don't know. I thought I saw something.
Chrysanthemum? Doesn't his partner name his
12th child?
Well, what do you do with $230 billion? You have kids. You got nothing better to do. But didn't his partner name one of them like a math equation or something like that?
That does not surprise me.
Does he have a kid named Dave?
Azure, Strider.
All right, that's enough.
Something.
That's too much already. John Cusack, 58.
Wayne Meyer. From 25.
See, here's a good example.
I don't know.
Two brothers, one speaks no English, the other learned how to speak English from watching the wide world of sports. So you tell me, which is better, speaking no English at all or speaking Howard Cosell?
Better off dead.
Yeah.
Real shame. Folks be throwing away a perfectly good white boy like that. John Elway and his big horse teeth are 64 years old. Kathy Bates is 76.
I'm your number one fan.
They call it hobbling. Smash someone's feet like that. Mel Brooks, 98. Writer-director, Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles.
Hey, where are the white women at?
History of the World, Part 1, the producers, Spaceballs, and I guess sequel to Spaceballs.
All the funny ones.
Pat Morita, born on this day in 1932, died in 2005. He, of course, was Mr. Miyagi.
Whole life have a balance. Everything be better.
Mr. Miyagi. Wax on, wax off. Right, Gene?
Mm-hmm.
King Henry VIII, born on this day in 1491, died in 1547.
Second verse.
Same as the first.
I Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am. I got married to the widow next door.
All right. Stop singing. I'll go anywhere you want. You just don't sing anymore.
Henry VIII. Is he the one that chopped all their heads off? Is that him?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 105 years ago today, 1919, the Treaty of Versailles signed in France, ending World War I. 1985, 39 years ago, St. Elmo's Fire in theaters. One of your favorites?
No, but good.
Doc? No?
No. I'd rather watch Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Good tune, though. Made in Motion, John Parr. St. Elmo's Fire in theaters on this day 39 years ago. 28 years ago, a couple of movies in theaters right across the hall from each other. One of them was Demi Moore taking it all off in Striptease. Yes, very much so. Burt Reynolds, and one of his final roles is Congressman David Dilbeck. He would steal the lint out of her dryer and then oil himself up with baby lotion and sniff it while he was wearing his cowboy boots. It's hilarious. Have you ever seen Striptease?
That was a lot of things you just said.
It's actually a very good movie. It's funny as hell. That was in... What?
Nothing.
You didn't think it was funny?
I just clearing my throat, dude.
Yeah, right. Striptease in theaters on this day in 1996, and right across the hall, The Nutty Professor.
He's a little Hercules. Show me muscle again. Oh, Hercules.
How weird are we when all three of us were doing the clap?
Yeah, well, we all remember the clap. You never forget it when you learn about the clap. 27 years ago today, 1997.
What happened here?
He got bit, I think.
Oh, I remember this.
Evander Holyfield, look out, he's pushed right here, above us by Tyson.
He's got bit in the ear.
Oh my goodness, he's got a bloody right ear. Holyfield bit by a dirty Mike Tyson. Tyson.
Twice. Took a bite out of crime. Apologized. Everything's good. Water under the bridge. They're selling gummies shaped like the bitten ear
Yeah,
now.
I know they are. He's profiting off the ear gummy.
24 years ago today, 2000, the movie The Patriot in theaters starring Mel Gibson.
Before this war's over, I'm going to kill you.
And the late, great Heath Ledger as his son. Good movie.
I liked it.
2002, Adam Sandler, Mr. Deeds in theaters.
Oh, you kind of snuck up on me there.
I am very, very sneaky, sir.
I see that.
John Turturro, Steve Buscemi, Winona Ryder. And in 2009, 15 years ago today, celebrity pitchman Billy Mays died just 3 weeks shy of his 51st birthday.
Don't just clean it, OxyClean it.
Yeah, I need someone to come over and OxyClean my house.
I think you scared him away.
I was to say,
there's no other answer.
have you met yourself?
I don't think it's me. I think maybe they see the bathroom and they're like, no.
Or that.
Nope, I'm out.
They quoted you one price and then they got
I would happily pay more to have the job that she did the first time. It was fantastic.
I know, you raved.
Day one.
You raved.
Day one. I would pay her to be on standby if I could afford it. And anytime there's a speck of dust.
SOS.
Yes. She did I didn't think it was possible. I was like, it's too far gone.
Maybe she pulled a Simpson and moved to the other side of the country.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't even get a text back, though. I tried to be nice. Like, hey, if you're not doing this anymore, just let me know. But I'm, that was it. She left me high and dry.
I don't know what to tell you, Brian.
I got dumped by my maid.
You did.
I think there was an episode of Seinfeld about that. We'll get to Scott Robert Shaw in a bit, and Doc is live in the studio this morning for the Racing Report. We'll get to that as well.
Rock Mornings. On air, online, on the app.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw in the newsroom. Doc is in the studio as well this morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Kyle said, happy 4th of July. It's not the 4th yet, but I think
I think he's taking a dig at someone.
Trying to warm Doc up so that he knows what the hell he's doing. Shaw, thanks for the tip. You're right. I do know that person. Mm-hmm. And I think I'll shoot her husband a text here in a minute.
They'll be moving soon.
We know them. We're good friends with them. They're good buddies of ours. So, and it's a once every 6 months kind of thing. I don't need a every couple of weeks cleaner person, guy or gal. It's that deep, thorough cleaning, Shaw, that I need. Mm-hmm. And it's just once.
Mainly your wife's shower.
Oh, the whole bathroom. Because honestly, the shelves need some loving too. My wife will tell you, look, I'm not spilling any state secrets here, man.
She's not.
Cleaning is not her jam at all. She doesn't like it, doesn't want to do it, and doesn't do a good job when she does do it. And that's fine. I married that and knowing that going into the relationship. I'm well aware of it. And it's fine. It's not like we live in squalor, right? But cleaning, not really her forte.
Which is why if you came home and she was doing something, it would be so...
Or if she paid someone else to do it. I don't even care if it's her. I come home and the house is spotless and smells like bleach. I'd be like, yeah! Who died? What do we got going on?
14 feet and holding steady. That's the status of the Mississippi River in La Crosse for now and likely for the next few days. The current river stage of 14.18 feet is more than 2 feet above the flood stage in La Crosse, and the Weather Service expects little change during the coming week. North of La Crosse, it's a different story. In Winona and Red Wing, the water could rise by another foot by Monday. Reports of gunfire in La Crosse this month have led to at least one arrest. Yesterday, police announced that a 13-year-old was taken into custody for allegedly firing a gun last Monday on Hood Street near Gunderson. The suspect faces charges of reckless endangerment and weapons possession by an underage person. City police are asking the public to call with any information they may have about that gunshot. The first presidential debate of the year between Joe Biden and Donald Trump drew a Democratic crowd to the Rivoli Theater yesterday. The La Crosse County Democratic Party held a small debate-watching party at the Rivoli before the televised event. State Representative Joe Billings talked about the issues at stake in the fall election. Billings also thinks that even though both candidates were born roughly 80 years ago, since Trump and Biden are nearly the same age, that shouldn't be much of a factor in the race.
So I think we can set that one aside, except for the idea that President Biden is moving us forward. He wants to move the country forward. And President Trump, for former president wants to move us backwards.
But most debate watchers believe that President
Did
Trump...
they watch before she made those statements?
The comments were made before the actual debate.
Because it certainly didn't look like that guy was going forward.
The reaction has largely been President Joe Biden looked feeble.
I got to tell you, I didn't miss anything going to the concert last night, and everything I've read proves I didn't miss anything last night.
Exactly. Competitive eater Joey Chestnut will
yes.
take his hot dog downing talents to an Army base in Texas for America's Independence Day. That's after a falling out with organizers of the Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest in New York. Instead, Chestnut will compete against soldiers in El Paso at Fort Bliss. He'll try to eat more than the combined munching efforts of 4 Army soldiers in 5 minutes.
Oh, he's going to outdo 4 guys?
That's
like
what
their
he
total?
says.
Like their combined total?
Yeah, he says if they each eat 10 hot dogs and buns, they'll have a chance at beating him. He also says he won't return to New York City's contest without an apology from event organizers.
Yeah, well, not surprising. But, dude, you switched to vegan on us, man. I'm sorry. We're not doing it. We want the lips and the a-holes.
Very succinctly put, yes. And a Minnesota politician has been arrested after throwing a live tarantula in a dispute with a tenant. Marissa Simonetti, who's running for a seat on the Hennepin County Board, had rented a room in her 5-bedroom home to a woman named Jackie Vasquez. Simonetti says Vasquez was not a good guest and asked her to move out. Vasquez refused, and Simonetti called police, who told Vasquez she was trespassing and had to leave. Instead, Vasquez barricaded herself in her room. That's when Simonetti went to a pet store, bought a tarantula, and reportedly threw it at Vasquez to try to get her to leave.
There's no in between?
She was arrested, charged with 5th-degree assault and misdemeanor domestic assault. Vasquez finally moved out after the alleged spider throwing.
5th-degree assault means someone only has to feel fear or claim that they feel afraid of bodily harm. So I never hit anybody. I never touched anybody.
But I did throw a tarantula that I bought at the pet store at this person, even though they locked themselves in their room. How did they get it? Would she slide it under the door?
Well, I think she must have come out at some point.
Yeah, spider attack.
That's the best plan they could come up with.
That's awesome.
Dude, that's
too many Home Alone movies.
Honestly.
Who throws a shoe? Who
that
throws
is
a tarantula?
so weird. I mean,
There's no in between, no steps, no levels.
Right.
It's
There'd
just,
be one thing if she had the pet tarantula and she's looking around and it's like, oh, this is the first thing I see is this cage. But she went out and bought it and came home and threw
That's
it.
what the story says.
There's no in between. Like, hey, come out of your room. No, all right, I'm going to get a tarantula. That's it. I got no other options. I don't know what else to do. Tarantula.
There's nothing else. There's not even.
She won't come out of tarantula. I don't know. She said she's going to the bathroom in there. Tarantula.
I'd get one of those squirt guns. You know.
No, you stick a hose under there with carbon monoxide, and then you flush her out. When she passes out, you pick up her dead body and you bring it out.
I'm going to buy a spider.
Revive her, and then you help her to the curb.
A live spider.
Yeah. Hey.
What?
I'll move out though. You throw a tarantula at me in my locked bedroom, and I'm moving out.
Snake.
It would work for me. Oh yeah, any of that stuff. Yeah, I'm out.
Throwing a rattler at you?
Hey.
I'm going to back out of the studio right now, away from you people.
I wouldn't have even thought of that. You know what I mean? Like, that's so far down the list of things I would have tried, you know? I don't know what else to do.
Really, Gene? Snakes?
Doc's looking pretty fresh considering he was out with the boys last night. Drinking,
it was Coors Light, dude.
Drinking Tall Boys and watching Warrant. Figured it was only apropos. I didn't get to it yesterday, but here you go.
Thanks.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Warrant with Down Boys last night. MGV along with Lita Ford and the Bullet Boys. Doc, you were there. You said it was okay?
Yeah, it was a damn good time. Great setup. Music sounded really good. Lita Ford, 65 years old.
Really?
Yummy.
Boys night.
Yummy.
All right.
It was a good time.
8:25 on Friday mornings. The Mid-Pac legend, Mr. Technicality, Car 54, Billy Doc Niles, joins us normally on the phone, but today he's in studio. He is the Mid-Pac legend, Mr. Technicality, Car 54, Billy Doc Niles, a.k.a. Captain Retirement, a.k.a. hashtag Mr. Fister, a.k.a. hashtag this guy.
Happy July.
It's next week. Happy 4th of July. Hashtag this guy.
I'm kind of anal.
He is kind of anal. Hashtag this guy.
He's got it locked on the rock. He's listening to the doc.
Hashtag this guy.
You're getting a thrill by listening to Bill.
Oh, I don't know about that one. Hashtag this guy.
He gets to stay on the box.
As you said. Hashtag this. All right, easy there. Hashtag this guy.
Going to have to come from the back.
Hell yeah, he's going to have to come from the back. That's my favorite.
King of the comebacks.
Love that one. Hashtag this guy.
Whoa, what am I touching here?
You're touching my pen.
Yes, I am touching your pen. I had to make some quick notes here.
The Prina Schmartier. Doc is in the studio this morning talking NASCAR, and we had a little news earlier this week about Truex and his car going to somebody else.
Yeah, well, it got spoiled during a press conference with Christopher Bell last week. They were asking him about the future of the team in the 19 car, and he just let it slip that Chase was going to be in the car next year, and then he kind of went, whoops, kind of moved the timeline up for Joe Gibbs Racing, so they just went ahead and announced it this week that Chase Briscoe. And we talked about this 2 weeks ago. We thought, my buddy Kevin Ramsell, the PR director at the ARCA Midwest Tour, said expect Briscoe to go to that car. And so we said he was the leading candidate, and as it turns out, he was correct. Also this week, for those, this one just popped up on Wednesday. If you're a fan of the Xfinity races, you notice that Eric Almirola hasn't been in the 20 car a lot lately. Excuse me. Turns out, right before the Charlotte race in May, the Toyota had a big team meeting for all their teams in all three series. Bubba Wallace and Eric Almirola got a little bit of heat with each other from a race from last year. Those two got into a physical altercation. And turns out Almirola must have been the aggressor there. He's been suspended by Joe Gibbs Racing. Whoa. They expect him to be back in that car sometime next month. Also, in some kind of happy news here, I guess, congratulations to Richard Childress competition executive Andy Petrie, who this week announced his retirement effective immediately from Childress Racing. Petrie's been with RCR since 1993 when he took over as the crew chief for Dale Earnhardt Sr. and got it into his 6th and 7th championship. So congratulations on a great career to Andy Petrie. This week they're at Nashville Speedway. It's a 1.3-mile concrete oval, 14-degree bankings. Ross Chastain won this race last year. Eric Almirola has a qualifying record at 161.9 miles an hour set in 2021. Fantasy experts, they like Larson, Elliott, and Bell. When I filled mine out last night, Byron, Hamlin, and Chastain are some names you want to add. VegasInsider.com via the BetMGM app brings us our odds this week. Larson at plus 500, Hamlin at 650, Bell at 700, Truex 750, Chastain at 850. Now, somebody asked me last week, why do they have different odds on Sunday when we're watching the pre-race show? These are before qualifying. The odds you see on Sunday are what they readjust to after qualifying. So do with that what you may. Jump on a driver now if you think he's going to have better odds than he will after qualifying. Tonight, Red Cedar Speedway, and I just got this text from Brent Creaser, the PR director up at Red Cedar Speedway. As of right now, we are still racing tonight. But we'll assess things after this rain system moves out. Fans are reminded to keep an eye on our socials and websites for updates. Big night tonight at Red Cedar Speedway, the Roger Rick Memorial, and it's their huge kids night. All kids 12 and under are admitted free. We're going to have a kids meet the drivers session on the front stretch of the Speedway at 5:45. There's going to be a bounce house, school bus rides around the track, lots of prizes, and a huge fireworks display after the races tonight. $1,000 to win for the Roger Rick Memorial for the Midwest Modified, so that's going to be a fun race to watch. Late models, modifieds, Midwest mods, super stocks, street stocks, and the Red Cedar Hornets all in action. Gates at 5 o'clock. First green flag at 7. Tomorrow night, La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Late models, sportsmen, Hornets, street stocks, the minivans, mini cup cars are back at La Crosse. Those cars that are kind of like a 1/5 scale of cup cars, they're going to be racing. The Outhouse Novelty Race and a huge fireworks display. I have some I have some breaking news for you.
Oh, breaking news!
Speedway announcer Connor Pelch has been invited by Riot Motorsports to drive a minivan tomorrow night. Your boy Doc is stepping up and announcing the races tomorrow night. Hey, so come on out and check out the races. Bring your glow sticks, kids. We're going to have some fun. And remember, folks, wherever you are at in the country, get out and support a local short track. This race report is brought to you by our friends at County Materials on Empire Street in Holman. That is this week's race report.
DOC, thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We'll get to some nothing more and bad news with happy music in just a couple minutes.
Rock Mornings, only on 95.7 The Rock.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril.
Now that's just nasty.
Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
A Friday edition. What do we got?
Well, former Green Bay Packer receiver Randall Cobb and his family escaped unhurt after a fire erupted at their home in Nashville, Tennessee. Cobb said the family was lucky to be alive. The Tesla Charger caught on fire in the garage. According to his wife, we got out of the house with nothing but the clothes on our back and no shoes on our feet.
Middle of the night kind of thing?
It sounds like it.
All right.
Cobb later confirmed that he, his wife, and their 3 children were all safe and thanked the firefighters who responded to put out the fire. Cobb is currently a free agent. He spent last season with the New York Jets, but largely underperformed. He was drafted by the Packers in 2011, played 8 seasons with the team, and then followed Aaron Rodgers to New York.
Apparently went in and got his dog, too.
Yes,
So
the dog was also safe.
Well, that's good.
Staff at a Nevada school district splurged on over $30,000 on a lavish trip to Hawaii as part of a recruitment drive. 8 members of the staff of the Clark County School District used over $22,000 in COVID relief money to help fund their trip, which saw them stay on Waikiki Beach in Honolulu.
Sounds nice.
Yes, doesn't it?
How do you recruit when you're just going down there with the staff that already work there?
They say about 100 job seekers attended the recruitment fair. However, they only took 2 resumes and only recommended a couple people to be hired. This trip and another trip to Miami are now the subject of a federal probe. Despite the investigation, the school district's chief financial officer is defending the trips. In the trip to Miami, 17 staff spent 5 nights in an oceanfront hotel on Miami Beach during the 4th of July holiday. That trip cost around $29,000, and the district confirmed their trip to Miami did not result in any new hires.
Club Med to Club Fed.
Exactly.
Did the janitorial staff that stayed behind get Hawaiian food?
Did they get laid?
Because that happened here one time. I don't know if you remember.
Tell us more, Brian.
Oh, I remember very well.
Okay.
Did you do this on COVID money?
No, we did not.
All right.
No, but
you're above the law then.
We got some tacos, I guess. That was yay. That was nice.
Wish you were here.
Yeah, thanks.
A woman in New Jersey is speaking out after her boyfriend was killed by lightning while trying to warn children at the beach of an approaching thunderstorm. Patrick Dispoto and his girlfriend, Ruth Fassell, were leaving the beach when he went back to warn a group of kids who were in the water about the dangers of an impending lightning storm. It would be the last time that his girlfriend would see him alive. He said, I'll be right back. I'm going to warn those kids because the sky is going to open.
But it did.
Yes, and apparently he, as he went to warn the children, was himself fatally struck by lightning. First responders arrived and took him to the hospital where he was pronounced dead, and they confirmed it was due to a lightning strike.
Oof.
Woman in Pennsylvania accused of crashing her vehicle into an apartment building, but she wasn't done yet. This woman also allegedly tried to set the building on fire by burning envelopes with a lighter and setting them up against the occupied building. The building was hit by Lopez's vehicle twice. She drove away, then turned around and crashed into the building, backed up, and hit the building again. She then tried to hide her vehicle behind the building and ran from the
They'll
scene.
never catch me.
Right. Troopers did find her, took her into custody, but had to use substantial force. She was taken to a hospital for a blood draw and then taken to jail.
Yeah! Look what I have created! I have made fire!
With envelopes.
Yes, apparently.
Didn't work out so well.
No,
though?
not much of a fire, really.
Where'd she hide the car? Was there a garage back there? Was
I
she
don't know,
trying
they
to
said behind the building. I don't know.
Was she trying to GTA it, wait for the 5 stars to die down?
Maybe.
Like if I give it a spray paint, it'll be all right. If I park it in the garage for a little bit, the cops will
She's
stop
trying to
looking
buy a
for
little
it.
time, maybe.
Yeah. Then.
Police in Iowa say a man who appeared to have been trying to steal copper wire was electrocuted. Officers were dispatched for a possible burglary in progress. When they got there, they found a man later identified as 37-year-old Gerard Schweitzberger of Sioux City, Iowa. They say he was shocked by an electrical source. He was taken to a hospital and officially pronounced dead. He apparently broke into the property to retrieve copper wiring from the facility. In the process, he came into contact with a live electrical source, resulting in electrocution.
He died?
You're grounded.
Have you ever found a...
Yeah, you're all giggling because you know it's true.
It's out of nowhere. Like, what? Who's that?
Have you ever found a store locked with a "Be Back Soon" sign and wondered where the worker was? Well, maybe you don't want to know. There's a photo going viral online showing 2 signs on the front door of a convenience store. One said, "Closed for sex." The other said, be back in 30 minutes. Thank you.
I don't know.
I didn't close the store, but I was in the back having sex.
Right.
Mobile gas station about 1:30 in the morning.
Some people had jokes about the need for 30 minutes. Most people suggesting it probably wouldn't take that long. Someone else said, weird flex, but I respect it. There is also a chance it's a joke, but hey, where's the fun in that?
Nothing wrong with putting a sign up if you got to go take a deuce.
That's the truth, isn't it, though?
You don't want to let people know you're in there pooping. You're just like, I'm not pooping, I'm having sex.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
I hope this lady at least made it fun. Like, I see a huge windfall of money in my future. A fortune teller near Tampa is facing charges for allegedly robbing a client at gunpoint. Cops say that Corolla Mitchell has been using her fortune-telling services as a ruse to gain entry to victims' homes so she could steal cash and jewelry. One of the robberies happened at a trailer park. She knocked on a woman's door and asked if there were any good Mexican restaurants around, then asked for a glass of water. Once inside, she offered to read the woman's palm and then pulled a gun.
Wait. Call me now for your free tarot reading.
She knocked on a stranger's door and they opened up and she said, where's a good Mexican restaurant? Can I have water and let me read your palm?
Correct.
And they let her in?
It's kind of on them. Kind of on the victims.
I think it's on them.
Yep. Once inside, she offered to read the woman's palm and then pulled a gun. She made off with $12,000, which is a lot of cash
in cash
to have lying around. Police
Wait a minute. What? The poor people are trying to get an answer to the question here.
Understandably.
Who the hell? What? Who's got 12 grand laying around?
Wait a minute, and this was a trailer house?
Yes, correct.
Oh, man, they're dealing.
Meth.
She knew. Yeah, they got a meth or fentanyl or something going on. She knew it.
I didn't have cash for the lemonade stand yesterday as I drove by.
I don't have $1. Can I come back? You take credit cards over here?
Police did track the woman down and arrested her. She also let slip that there may be more victims, although it's not yet clear how many.
Call me now for your free tarot reading.
Are you letting her in, Shaw?
No, heck no.
Yeah.
Well, number one, I'm not. If I live in a trailer park, I'm not letting anybody in the house, let alone somebody who was looking for good Mexican and needs a glass of water.
Yeah, there's a hose out there, lady. Help yourself.
You don't give them the money?
No.
I don't have. She knew the money was in there.
Yes,
you have to.
I think so.
And especially if she's saying there's probably more victims, like all the rest of the meth heads that I just robbed.
Everybody knows you shouldn't leave valuables visible in your car. Now there's a new rule. Don't leave your garage door open when you have animal crackers inside.
What?
A guy named Daniel Messiner was arrested after breaking into a garage in North Dakota. He told police he was riding his bike home from work, saw the garage door almost fully open, and there was a bag of animal crackers inside. He was hungry, so he stopped, saying he only intended to grab the animal crackers. But police searched his backpack and found a container with marijuana, a lockpick tool, multiple wrenches, and 2 pairs of women's underwear, which Daniel claimed were his girlfriend's. No word yet on what he's been charged with. And the most destructive accident that could happen around your home is one where a vehicle collides with the structure on your property.
Yeah.
But this must be a close second. A manure truck rolled over in a Connecticut neighborhood the other day after an accident at a tricky intersection, and yes, it sent manure everywhere.
I heard bang, like bang, 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 loud metal. The truck was upside down, and it finally came to a stop after it hit my neighbor's car. Literally a waterfall of brown. All of a sudden, we see the sewer come out of the truck, and it was just flooded down our property. Everybody kept asking, is it really bad? Is it foul? And I'm like, no, seriously, the windows were open.
Cars and houses were splattered by the mess. Thankfully, no one badly hurt. The driver of the truck hospitalized with minor injuries, but they say he'll be just fine.
Manure! I hate manure!
Was Biff involved in this? No?
Anyway, if you think about it, manure is not really that bad a word. I mean, it's nua, which is good, and a ma in front of it, which is also good. Manure.
You're so right. I never thought of it like that. Manure. Ma and the Noor.
Dude, when she catches him making out with a pillow, imagining it's Marissa Tomei, it just kills me every time.
The jailer had given Rappold a manure vape.
Did he have a manure vape with him?
He didn't have. It was a marijuana vape, as I recall.
But you said manure.
I did.
How do you go from marijuana to manure?
I don't know. There's an M and an N and some A's.
Really got confused there, Shaw, by the manure.
The jailer had given Rappold a manure vape. Here you go. Smoke this.
As if being in jail isn't bad enough. Right. Now you're giving me a manure vape?
That sounds terrible.
Man. Is it fresh from the source? Is it right from the spring?
This is bad. This jail has everything.
Is manure more potent than marijuana?
I don't know.
Potent, you mean?
Potent. I said portent, didn't I? Jesus Christ, that's going to end up on there
okay.
now.
I thought you said important, and I was like, what? And then
what
I was like,
I meant to say potent.
I know, I got figured it out. I'm not very well English.
No.
All right, Shaw, thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
You too, guys.
Good to see you, Shaw.
Yep, you too.
Thank you for the tip on the cleaning lady.
Hope it works out.
Yeah, I do know them, and I don't. It's sort of. Do they clean your place?
No.
Okay.
A neighboring property, though.
Oh, yeah, I know that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, come have a Christmas party and see all my rich stuff. Thanks. It's right next to the poor people next door. You might know him. He does your news. Yeah. That's one of those things I don't know if I'm comfortable with it, just because we are friends. You know what I mean?
I would leave that alone. There's plenty.
I know she would do a fantastic job, but it also is that weird situation. I almost want them to be a stranger. You know what I mean? Like,
because you're hiring his wife. That feels weird.
No, that it's just
You're friends, and now she's cleaning your house.
Yeah, and it not that and I don't even know why. Like, there's like no like. It's just weird, isn't it?
Probably not.
Is it because it's cleaning your house and they're like, oh, they're disgusting? And then she goes home and she's like, these
wouldn't
people
believe
are
how gross they are.
Yeah. Is it that?
Maybe.
Because I don't have a problem with people I know, like, occasionally mowing my lawn, but that's the guy who does my lawn stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's some kid down the block.
She's going to talk about you behind your back and how dirty you are?
Wow, people talk about me all the time. I don't really care. Whatever. Bad news, happy music. AC/DC now. Daily check-ins next.
Rock mornings, Monday to Friday, 6 to 9. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us.
Check.
We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
I got a text earlier from my guy Max. Said you may not have looked, but that doesn't mean you weren't still creepy. I was just sitting in my living room doing work on the computer. Didn't look.
I know. I wouldn't think
creepy.
You wouldn't.
If I was being creepy, she wouldn't have come back the second time, right?
Mm-hmm.
She just dipped on me. Like, I don't know where the hell she went. Then he mistaked me for his boss.
And then he texted you something else?
He's like, delivery date of today? And I said, delivery date? And he said, for those invoices I'm trying to re-enter. But as long as we're talking about it, when should I fit a home in order next week? I said, I think you have the wrong person. Then he said Tuesday as part of the regular Wednesday. Then he said, oh, bleep, LOL.
He's getting a lot done.
He goes, I was about to say I wasn't a fan of all your messing around with me, Kevin, but you're not Kevin. Oh, I'm not Kevin.
Not Kevin.
Thanks, Maxie. Appreciate it. Doc texted me last night, said, I just watched the whole interview. I stand corrected. Hawk Tua carries that whole effing thing.
She did.
My bad.
I was wrong.
I told you, no one shows up for the opener.
I should have never doubted a guy
you
who
were
went
at a
to the
show
internet
last
and
night.
back. Yeah.
Who had the most amount of people at the show? Was it the Bullet Boys or was it Warrant?
It was Warrant.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing.
Although the Bullet Boys kind of held us in suspense last night, it looked like he was going to say something important, then he just went Hawk Tua on us all. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Chris texted in, wanted some Motorheads. Kyle said, happy 4th of July.
I by the way, I will be on Wednesday next week. I will get it right next Wednesday.
We'll see about that. Brandon suggested Made You Look Cleaning does great work. Tell her Brandon sent you. Yeah, hi, I'm Brian. Some guy named Brandon sent me. Let's go, Brandon.
Bump, 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 bump.
Rebecca sent us a message on Facebook, said, Clarity Cleaning by Cat is great. We use them for our house. Thank you very much for the tip.
Oh, Kevin and Madison, we're not going to play Kiss. Sorry.
Brian, another Brandon, different Brandon. Boy, what's up with all the Brandons? Is this the thing?
Is it different, Brandon?
Yeah.
They all came out of the woodworks after last night.
Yeah, we need a new Brandon. The other Brandon said Illinois is a giant sinkhole in itself.
I sent that video of the sinkhole to my husband. As a matter of fact, yikes! That is some
Alton,
yikey
Illinois.
video.
Sinkhole swallows the soccer field. 50 feet deep, 100 feet across. It's crazy.
So fast.
Caught on video, too. Yeah, 1 minute's there, then the second, it's gone. We got a whole bunch of text messages this morning. Got one from our friends in New Albany, said the Army Road is flooded. Stupid rain. I said, be safe down there. Appreciate it. Tom wanted to hear that Du Hast by Rammstein. Did that. You're welcome. And we were correct. The video of the little girl in the back of the car is recent.
Yes, it is.
Doing Du Hast.
She's so cute.
Yeah, rocking out, headbanging.
Hey, well, I got a second here. I want to remind everybody, Red Cedar Speedway, Mississippi Thunder, and Thomas Sparta Speedway, check the socials tonight because you never know if they're going to get rained out. So check their socials.
Also got a text from Corey who said, longtime listener, first-time texter. I guess, number one, I'm with Brian. I did not listen to a word of the debates. Number two, Shaw speaks the words of my people with a high of 73.
Yeah. Well, all next week, it looks like
mild,
dry, no rain, maybe a slight chance like Wednesday, but otherwise sunshine and in the 70s.
And thank you again to TJ for reminding me that yesterday was the 6-year anniversary of Gene dropping the F-bomb.
I don't know what TJ's problem is.
Live on the radio.
I don't know.
TJ likes comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, shortly after, Bill Costigan dropped the F-bomb on the air.
And then retired.
Yeah, and then he dipped as well. He's like,
that was a walk-off, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was his last day. I don't think he knew we were live on the radio with the phone call. I
think, yeah.
He didn't know.
Gotta love Phil.
Thank you very much. It was good to hear from you guys. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.